Hi, my name is JC. I'll start from the top. I bit my tongue there. Hi, my name is JC, and this is Dad Bod with JC. I come at you most evenings for about an hour, and I do some type of exercise. In this case, I'm doing upper body stretches and hamstring stretches. Lately, I've been focusing a lot on my stretching because on days that I'm not on, I'm out there doing something like biking or tennis or whatnot, and I just need a stretch to get my muscles stretched. If I'm out doing something else, I got to come back here and stretch a little bit. But I'll get back to. I think the school year's coming. This whole dad bod thing is for real. With the school year coming, I'll probably be having more time here at home doing these types of workouts. So the workouts that I do otherwise are core, arms, chest, legs, glutes, and a few other things. I have a session that's dedicated just wrists and ankles too. Surprisingly, that's a surprisingly good session. I haven't done that in a while. I'm gonna bring it back here, hopefully this week, maybe next. In any case, I'm going to get started here with a upper back stretching. Start with some cat-cows. Get started. There's a dog right here. He's a good boy. He does good things. That's all I have to say about that. So getting started with cat-cows. This guy, he's going to supervise. All right, here we go. With the cat-cows. Knees below the hips. Hands below the shoulders, or wrists below the shoulders, and bending my back downwards for the cow. I'm just going to do 5 of these. And the cat for a 5, cow, cat for 4, cow, cat for 3, cow, cat for 2, cow, cat for 1, and that's one set of cat-cows. So let me see how many sets I have planned. I have 2 sets of cat-cows planned. I might stretch it out to 3 sets. Cat-cows seem to be one of my favorites, much like this dog. All right. So here we go. Cow, cat for 5, cow, cat for 4, cow, cat for 3. I'm trying to deepen the cow a little bit. Cow. I was doing more shallow cows earlier. And it turns out after warming up the cow, I can go a little deeper. Oh, cat for 2, cow, cat for the last one. All right, that's 2 sets. I'm going to throw in another set. I really like these cat-cows. They're a good starting place. They're a good warm-up. So I'm just going to add this one more set of cat-cows. So here we go. Cow. Cat for 5. Cow. Cat for 4. Cow. Cat for 3. Cow. Cat for 2. Cow. Cat for 1. And done with those cats and cows. All right. So next up is child's pose. I'm going to do 2 sets of the child's pose. I'm just going to hold it for a quick 8 count. So for child's pose, it's pretty straightforward. Forearms to the ground here, to the mat, and forehead between the elbows there, and the rear end pushes towards the ankles. Once we find a stretch, hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. All right. Whew. Whoa. Wow, I really needed to stretch. This feels great. Wow, there's some things that are really stuck over here. I've been playing a lot of tennis, and boy, it shows. It feels that way. Anyways, second set of not cat cows, but the child's pose. Forearms to the ground, forehead to the ground between the elbows, rear end pressing towards the ankles, finding a stretch, holding the stretch for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And done. Fantastic. All right. That was 2 sets of child's pose. Next up is the wall stretch. I have this in too many of my exercises. I'm going to have to get rid of the wall stretch because it's in like everything I do. Anyways, I'll do it real quick though. So attach the forearm to the wall. Use the feet to rotate away from that shoulder, opening up the shoulder and the chest. Coming around, finishing up the stretch with the chin pulling away from that shoulder and chest where the stretching is happening. Finding a good stretch and holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Same thing for the other hand, for the other side. Stick your forearm against the wall. Use your, hold on. There's a bag out in the way. Forearm against the wall. Use your feet to rotate around, away from the, to open up the stretch some more. And then to finish off the stretching motion, you bring your chin away from that stretching shoulder and holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, the other side, I'm doing 2 sets of this. Attaching the forearm to the wall, rotating my body away from that, into the stretch, away from the shoulder. Finishing off the stretch with my chin, going away from the shoulder and the chest. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. And coming back to the to the opposite side actually. Using your feet to rotate that shoulder open. And finishing the stretch by using your chin to open that shoulder a little bit more. Just a touch more. Finding a stretch, holding it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And done with the wall stretch. Now I'm going to need some water here. All right. Next up is a trunk rotation. I used to do these on the floor, but I've been getting a pretty good benefit out of doing it up high. So I'm going to try it up high again. So I'm just going to rotate to one side, hold for a couple seconds, then rotate off to the other side. And I'm doing 3 sets of that. So rotate off to one side. Finding a good stretch there, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switching around. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switching back over. That was the first set. Second set coming. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rotating back around. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's the second set. One more set coming up here. Rotating around. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rotating back around. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, so that's fairly simple. 3 sets of the trunk rotations to each side, and my back, that did my upper back more than anything else. It was pretty good. Well, these are supposed to be upper back stretches. That wall stretch doesn't even make a whole lot of sense. I mean, it does connect to the back, but it's more the chest and the arm that I was stretching with the wall stretch. It's going to have to go from this list. All right, next up, shoulder rolls. All right, so that's definitely in the back area here. So for the shoulder rolls, I just bring up my shoulders straight up, bring my shoulders to the front, and shoulders down, bring the shoulders back, hold that for, not hold that, but that's 10. I'm going to count down from 10, so that's 10, and just keep rolling them around nice and slow. 9, 8, trying to feel all the shoulder muscles, tendons, ligaments, whatever is in there. Just 7, just getting rolled around, stretched as many directions as you can. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I need a second here. The dog did something good. All right, I'm back. All right, here we go. Oh, so that was the front end of the shoulder roll. Now we got to do the back end of the shoulder roll. So the shoulders go back. So up, back, down to the front, up, back, down to the front. And that was 2, so we got 8 more to go. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's it for the first set of the shoulder rolls. I'm doing a second set here. Just going to get started here in a few seconds. Taking a deep breath. I don't think so, young lady. All right. All right, second set of shoulder rolls coming up. Shoulders go up towards the ears, out towards the front, down, back, up, forwards, down, back for 8. Keep rolling. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back the other way. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, that's good enough. So 2 sets of shoulder rolls are done. Neck flex comes in next. This is one of my favorites. It's kind of a odd little duck. But it really works the neck really well. All right. So for the neck flex, I start this way typically. So I'm going to bring the head over to the right, or this one side. And I feel a stretch over here. Once I feel the stretch, I bring the head straight down, chin tucked in towards the chest. Feel a stretch towards the back of my neck, upper back. Moving back over to the other side, feeling a stretch over here. That's 1 rep. I do 3 reps per set. So, stretching that neck out and coming back down the middle. Back over to the original side. Boy, this is really helping me. Back down the middle. Opposite side. That's 2 reps. Back down the middle. Original side. Back down the middle. Opposite side. And that was the 3rd rep. It's feeling great stretching out though. It's fantastic. I know it doesn't look like much, but I really recommend it. I'm doing 3 sets of this because it just feels right. All right, here we go. Second set coming up. Tilting the head over to one side, feeling a stretch on the open side, tilting the head down, chin tucked, over to the opposite side, feeling a good stretch here in the open part. That was the first rep. Down the middle, original side, down the middle, opposite side, 2 reps, down the middle, original side, down the middle, opposite side, and that's the 3rd rep. But I'm feeling a huge stretch right here. I'm going to keep this there for a few seconds. It's really quite a dramatic stretch actually. At least that's what it feels like in here. Okay, that's the end of the second set. Wow. That leaves me staggering a little bit. It's just because the stretching that's going on. I guess I got a stiff neck, but it's feeling better than it has in the past. All right, 3rd set of the neck flex. Same thing. So we're going to tilt the head over to this one side. Feeling a good stretch out here. Down the middle, chin tucked. Feeling a stretch in the upper back towards the middle. Opposite side. Feeling a stretch all around the open neck space here. That was 1 rep. Down the middle. Original side. Down the middle. Opposite side. That's 2 reps. Down the middle. Original side. Down the middle. Opposite side. I'm really giving a good stretch. There's a lot of muscles over here on this side that need a good long stretch. I think I got them. Okay, that was the 3rd set, 3rd rep for the 3rd set. I've looked up here. This is my muscle man drawing. The neck and the shoulder area that I'm stretching there, it's probably got a dozen muscles, maybe more. So there it is. That was the neck flex. Next up is the overhead arm reach. This one's pretty straightforward. I just get my fingers together, like just crisscross my fingers, whatever you want to call it. Bring my hand straight up, my arm straight up, and reach out to one side, Stretch, hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come back towards the middle. Come over to the other side. This is supposed to be an upper back stretch, so try to stretch your upper back with this. You can focus on different things. You can focus on the lower back, upper back, arms even. 4, 3, 2, 1, and back to the middle. That's one set. I only have 2 sets here planned, so I'm going to shake it out just a moment. Shake it out a little bit more. And second set of the overhead arm reach. So bringing my fingers all crossed together, bringing my arm straight up, and then leaning over to one side, stretching my upper back a little bit on wherever I can stretch it really. Holding for 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back towards the middle, stretching the other side. Holding for 4, 3, 2, 1, and coming back up to the middle. That's it for the overhead arms reach. Boy, that really does a number. That really did a number on my back, actually. I can feel it. I can really feel it. Wow. Okay, next up is knees to chest. I'm just going to hold my knees to my chest for 6 seconds. I'm going to do 2 sets of this. I think this is the easiest done, or best done in a seated position, so I'll give that a try. Actually, you know what? It's on my back. So I remember just putting the knees towards my chest and on my back. I'm not very flexible, so I'm not going to get all that much knee to chest action, but let's give it a go. Holding for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. Taking a deep breath or 2. I'm going to press those knees into my chest as far as I can go. I'm not very flexible, so I'm not going to be getting much, making a great knee to chest move or whatever. But it's definitely a good stretch for my upper back. So, I'm going to do this real quick, and I'll get to your chats. Thanks. All right, here we go. Bringing my knees to my chest, holding for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's it for the upper back stretches, actually. Hey. Yeah. So what I'm doing here is I finished my upper back stretching. My upper back does feel quite a bit better than when I started. It's still got a couple tight spots around here in my shoulders and whatnot, but it's definitely better than when I started. Next up, I have my hamstring stretching. So this next one is called the seated forward fold. I just sit down and do the forward fold for an 8 count for 2 sets. So in the past, I had been doing something very specific. When I was doing the seated forward fold, my feet were either in the middle or out to the side, just loosely out to the side, and I'd be working on my forward fold. It turns out that there actually are strings to the hamstring, at least that's what I'm told. And my inner hamstrings were not getting stretched because I wasn't stretching them at all. I was only stretching the outer and the middle hamstrings. The inner ones were not getting stretched. So now I'm going to actually do bring my toes in like pigeon toed and do the seated forward fold with pigeon toes, so it'll force my inner hamstrings to stretch as well. At least that's what I've been told. I have to do a little bit more internet research. It kind of makes sense to me that being that I had been doing my stretching with my feet wide open, now I'm going to bring them in, and this should help me stretch the feet. Of course, I'm not going to be as flexible. I was already not very flexible. I'm going to be even less flexible this way, but at least all of my hamstrings will get stretched, not just some of them. All right, here we go. I'm going to hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. That was one set. I got a second set coming up. I shouldn't have the TV on, but I do. All right, here we go. Getting ready for my second stretch set of this seated, what is it? Seated forward fold. So here we go. Gonna hold this for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And done. I'm done with the seated forward fold. Next up is the seated V forward fold. That's probably not the official name, but my legs are in a V shape, so I was like, yeah, I'll just call it the same thing with a V. All right, here we go. I gotta set up these mats so I can get comfortable in a V shape. And again, I'm gonna bring my toes in kind of like pigeon toed so I can try to isolate these inner hamstrings. Ever since I started doing this about a week or two ago, it has helped. My legs have been a little bit looser, and I'm really. I talked to some stretching expert, and the stretching expert diagnosed, but he just talked to me enough, and he was helping me stretch that the inner. Apparently, I was just missing. He told me I didn't tell him what I was doing. I didn't tell him I have this little thing there that I do, and I go and do a workout in front of the camera. I didn't tell him anything. He's like, I've been stretching a little bit. I told him, but then he found out that my outer and inner and middle hamstrings were okay. Were about medium stretchiness, but the inner ones were. He told me the inner ones, like, they just weren't stretched at all. I mean, they weren't flexible at all. And I was like, and he explained to me how to stretch them, and I was like, wow, I've never done that, or I don't do that with any regularity, with bringing my toes in when I do these stretches. Anyways, enough gabbing. I'll start counting. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The takeaway, the biggest takeaway I had of that whole story, that whole session, was that there are actually strings in the hamstrings. There's supposedly 3 strings: outer, center, and inner hamstrings, which kind of blew my mind. So they're actually hamstrings. I'm going to have to look up more about it. I mean, I can see the hamstrings on my little muscle band there, but I'll have to learn more about it, because honestly, I don't know much. All right, here we go. Seated V forward fold. Again, bringing my toes in this way, stretching towards the middle, trying to isolate my hamstrings here. Stretching, feeling a stretch, holding for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's a new world. I feel like I can stretch a lot more now. And I've only done like 2, maybe 3 sessions tops with this inner hamstring idea. And it's getting better. Go figure. Go see a pro. I had no idea. There's no way I would have even thought that was going to happen. All right, here we go. Next up is a seated static stretch to each side. It's essentially the same thing, only it's one leg at a time. The other leg bent in towards the upper thigh here. And what you want to do is you got to get your belly button over this thigh. And then, I am again going to bring my foot in so I can try to isolate that inner hamstring. Wow, it feels better already. Gonna stretch forward, holding for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness. Way different, way better. Had no idea. All right. Other side, same deal. I got to bring my belly button over the thigh. Okay, belly button is about over the thigh as it's going to get. Bringing that foot down to isolate the inner hamstring. Stretching for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Whoa. All right, that's good. I got one more set on each side. Oh, my back. My back needs some more stretching. This time it's my lower back needs a little stretching. Luckily, I don't have lower back problems. I do feel it tight every now and again. This is one of those times. All right, last set of the, what do I call these things? Seated static stretch. Bringing my foot over and in, holding for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, that feels good. That felt my calves more. It's hard to focus the stretch in one spot. Like my calf felt like it got more of that stretch. So here we go. Last side, belly button over the thigh, stretching through to 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Boy, that felt good. All right, got 3 more stretches coming up. I'm doing good on time. I'm actually going through these pretty quick. I'm probably going to add a little bit too. I have more room on my sheet, so I'm probably going to have to add one element for the upper back and one element for the hamstrings, because yeah, I'm blowing through this pretty quick. So 3 more things. Lying down stretch. I have some notes on this one. Lie straight back, one leg up, slight knee bend, wrap hands around the thigh, slowly straighten the leg, hips stay on the floor. Okay. And for this, I also raise the leg that's not straight up. I raise it off the ground for a little bit to isolate my core. It activates the core a little bit. Someone online helped me on that, and I was wondering how to activate my core while I did that, and boy, they did me a solid. They gave me that tip, and it works really good. Just raise the dead, I call it the dead leg. Raise the dead leg or the non-active leg by an inch or 2 off the ground, and your core gets activated. It's fantastic. All right, here we go. All right, so for this one, I got my knee up here. My hands are wrapped around the thigh, straightening out this leg, and the lower leg is up off the ground by about an inch or 2 or whatever. And I'm going to hold this for 8, and I'm going to stretch the straight leg, the up and straight leg, for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wow, that felt great. Switching legs. Boy, this is really working. It's remarkable. All right, so this one is straight up. The other one's off the ground a little bit. Holding for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. So that was one set. I got a second set coming up. I need a few seconds to catch my breath. Wow. I actually have a little bit of muscle. With all the exercise, there's a little bit of muscle everywhere, and it's getting stretched. And the stretching is giving an opportunity to grow a little bit more. It's relatively new to me. I mean, I've always done lots of sports and whatnot, but I never really thought about, let's grow some muscles. Let's make them long. Let's make them lean. Let's stretch them out. I mean, it happened naturally with the sports. I didn't actually think through it. But here we go. The second set. So, leg straight up and stretching towards me. Other leg up in the air. Holding for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. Switching legs. Holding for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. Boy, that really did something. That didn't do a little bit, that did a lot. Next up is the head down stretch. Hands behind you, legs shoulder width apart, legs stay straight. Bend forward at the hips, tuck the chin, hold for 8. All right, here we go. I need a drink of water before I get started with that. This is really something else. And just little things. I mean, if you keep at it, you keep exercising, you keep stretching, things really start to pick up. All right, here we go. Head down stretch. Hands are supposed to be behind my back, I believe. Yeah, hands behind my back. I'm just holding them behind my back. You gotta tuck the chin. Find the stretch. The stretch is on my hamstrings. Finding the stretch, holding for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. That was pretty good. I got a second set of the head down stretch coming up here. Whoa. Neck's a little tight again, but that's a different story. So hands behind my back, bending at the hips, tucking the chin, feeling the stretch in my hamstrings, holding for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. All right. Last stretching element here is the scissor stretch. Essentially the same thing, except the legs are scissored. So I got the legs scissored about 2 feet or so, 2 feet apart. A little bit wide so I don't lose my balance too easily. Hands behind the back. And in this case, the front leg gets most of the stretch here. And that's okay. Bring the head down, tucking the chin. Finding a stretch. Holding it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back up. Switching legs out here. And again, coming back down for a good stretch with the front hamstring here. Tucking the chin. Holding for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. Taking a sip of water. Almost done here. One more set here of the scissor stretch. All right, here we go. Hands behind the back, feet are scissored. Front leg gets a stretch. Holding for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switching over. Holding for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'll close out here in a quick second. I gotta feed the dog. All right. I broke form a little bit on that one. The dogs are like, I need to be rewarded. They're doing good things. They're doing what they're supposed to. In the case of the one dog, she's supposed to exercise, and whenever I see her exercise, but she does this run thing. I tell her, I've trained her to do. So when she does her run thing, I have to give her a treat because she has got a heart issue. So she kind of medicates herself. Whenever she can, she goes and does the run so she can get herself a treat. But so like I don't have to push her. She pushes herself. It works fantastic. Anyways, I'll close out. My name is JC. This has been Dad Bod with JC. Dog Bod with JC. Whatever. Here she is. Come on, baby. I'm going to do a forward fold and tell her she's a good dog. She did some good, excellent work there. Very good work. Very good dog. Thanks for joining. See you next time.